It's good news for you. This is the latest great news by the Canadian government, which aims to bring over 1 million immigrants along with their families between 2024 to 2026 to Canada, to become a permanent resident. Canada is already known for its inclusiveness. The new immigration policies are taking significant steps to embrace diversity and strengthen its economic and cultural landscape. In this video, I will be taking you through a news stream that you can apply for, with no job requirement, as well as other easy streams or pathway with different requirements to having permanent residency in Canada. These immigration programs will enable prospective immigrants to become permanent residents without the need for a job offer. This pathway opens doors for individuals from various backgrounds and skill levels to make Canada their new home. If you are visiting this channel for the first time, this is a travel and work. You are welcome. Today, we will be talking about new opportunities to become Canadian permanent resident. As you are aware that this year is gradually coming to an end, especially for those who have been working towards their Canadian immigration dream. I know it's been a very busy year for you, and even though your dreams have not become a reality, I will be sharing some information with you that can help you to fast-track your journey in 2024. This information is from the Canada Immigration. I will be sharing this information with you, because I believe this will guide you in the right direction in 2024. It will help you to divert your energy, your resources, your time and effort in a direction that would guarantee the overall success of your Canadian immigration journey and dream. This is the focus of this video. Before I go into the details, let's take a look at the Canada immigration trend in 2023. Canada has a main immigration law that is called Immigration and Refugees Protection Act. One of the key things in this Immigration and Refugees Protection Act is the fact that the federal government of Canada must release its annual immigration plan by November 1st, in non-election years. They have done that this year. The immigration plan has been released for 2024. Now, comparing 2023 to 2024 in terms of the plans, it shows that there will still be very high immigration targets, and the key factors that are driving this high immigration target is that there is a shortage of skilled labor in Canada. Especially with respect to the low birth rate of Canada and the impending retirement of millions of Canadian workers who are almost going towards your retirement age. These two factors are the main reasons for the shortage of labor, and the government is trying to address this shortage of skill level by increasing the immigration target. The question is, how does it affect you? How is the immigration target by the government this time? How many people will be accepted in that particular year? The government will not go over that target. What that means is that it will also have an effect if the government is planning to bring in, for example, 100,000 immigrants at the same time. The government will also decide which program they will be focusing on to meet the target. It is pertinent to understand what the government plans are, so that you can work in line with that target and in line with the plan of the government to actualize your Canada information. Now, let's discuss the express entry and the provincial nomination target. The overall decision is that it is going to increase, therefore, there will be a rise in the express entry and the provision nomination program target in 2024. In 2022, there were 437,000 immigrants that migrated to Canada. In 2023, the target was increased to 465,000, and in 2024, which is this coming year, they have increased it to 485,000. What this connotes is that you have more chances of becoming a permanent resident in Canada in 2024 than the express entry system alone, which is a federal program. For express entry, there will be 110,700 permanent resident admissions in 2024, so under the express entry program alone they will be admitting around 110,700 permanent resident. Under the nomination program, the target for 2024 will rise to 120,000 in 2025 and another 120,000 in 2026. The question is, what programs will the government be focusing on in 2024? If you want to become a Canadian permanent resident, what program should you strongly consider? If you are finding value with this video, kindly subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you. Now let's continue. Like I said, what program will you strongly consider to get your permanent residency in Canada? Well, the express entry pathway, which is to drive economic stability across all the provinces in Canada, and the government is trying to achieve this by targeting economic immigrants who are best suited to help to close the labor force gap through the category-based draws. The government has identified certain critical sectors that are really facing the labor shortage, and the first one is the category-based express entry. This pathway was created and called the category-based draw to attract professionals. They want to keep professionals in those areas to come into Canada as permanent residents. This pathway will continue in 2024 and even beyond, and the government is making this pathway. The main goal of the Canadian government is to align immigration with the labor market. Now, why is this category-based express entry system perfect for you? It is a perfect choice for you, due to the fact that overall, it requires a relatively low compressive ranking scores. Most of the category-based draws, this year has had a lower CRS. What the government is focusing on in your profile is not your comprehensive ranking score. What they are looking at is your skills and experience in certain critical sectors. It is a perfect choice, due to the low CRS requirement. Again, this is a pathway that doesn't require you to get a job in Canada, and of course, because it is focused on meeting the labor shortage. This is also a pathway that gives you a very high job potential in Canada. These are some of the benefits, if you are focusing on the category-based immigration program. The second reason the government is focusing on this category-based express is the fact that the government is also trying to promote the French language outside of Quebec. Quebec is like the main French-speaking part of Canada, but the government wants French speakers or people with French proficiency to also be in other provinces. They have included this focus again in the category-based express entry. As a French speaker, you can move to Canada as a PR through the category-based express entry system. The categories that the government has focused on in 2023 are as follows. Number 1 is French language. If you know how to speak French, especially if you are bilingual in English and French, this is a perfect program for you. They also chose healthcare professionals. They chose STEM, which stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics-related professions. They chose agriculture professions, trades professions, and lastly transport. These are the 6 categories that the focus was on in 2023. If your occupation or your work experience is in any of these areas, then you have a high chance of becoming a PR in 2024. In addition, the focus will also be on some community-driven programs. Aside from the federal programs of the provisional programs, there are communities in Canada that are also facing labor shortages, and the government has given these communities opportunities to come up and manage their own permanent residency pathway. One of third parties is the Rural Northern Immigration Pilot Program, under which level communities across different provinces are inviting the permanent residents to come into those remote local communities as workers. They become permanent residents. This is also one of the programs that will be in focus in 2024, and there are also other community-driven programs. The Rural Northern Immigration Pilot Program, for example, the Alberta Rural Renewal Stream, which is also similar to the Rural Northern, in the sense that the government is using this particular stream of immigration to target some rural areas which are facing labor shortages. They are looking for how to attract professionals with the needed skills to benefit those rural areas economically. The top program you should focus on, or all the top pathway in 2024. One of the provinces have their own separate provisional nomination programs. Manitoba could be a good opportunity for you, especially if your family or friends live outside of the capital city, which is Winnipeg. The government is focusing on attracting immigrants to other parts of Manitoba, and if you have a family residing there as a permanent resident, within 1 year, if you have family or a friend that could sponsor your permanent residency in the province of Manitoba, it will be great. Provinces like Saskatchewan have what they call the Health Workers Expression of Interest, which does not require a job offer as well. Finally, there are quite a number of provinces. Almost all the provinces do this. They give direct invitations to people from their express entry profile. If you have a good profile or you have work experience in some sectors that are in demand in certain provinces, the province can give you a letter of invitation directly. That could also be one of the pathways they are targeting in 2024. Overall, these 3 programs that I have highlighted here have a very good potentials of making you a PR. In conclusion, what we have seen so far from the immigration target and the information the government has shared regarding immigration in 2024 for Canada, is that 2024 is loaded with many opportunities. Canada will admit more permanent residents, which is a great opportunity for you. The second thing is that you need to decide on the programs that are suitable for you and of course the requirements. The Canadian immigration website is helpful. Make sure to check it out. Moving to Canada can become a reality for you. I will wrap up here. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye.